Hello guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to our channel. So in a previous video guys, we have this minimal API that connect to our database already. So it's all about booking application. If I run this guys, we can have now the endpoint that will allow the front endpoint that will allow us to query the car by ID, post a car, add car data to our database, and update the car and delete a car. And this is the database that we have created, right? So for example, if I want to post a new car now, so have a new record there, I can just, the ID is identity in SQL Server, so it will add. So just have this a plate number and like that. And I will execute. So we have added a new data now. It's 200. And we will get it from, say, our actual database. So it have now. Okay. So in this video, guys, we will create a front end the web UI of this minimal API which is created in .NET 7 framework. But this time we will use Angular, yeah, Angular 15 is the latest version. Let's see, Angular IO. So I have created, I am not expert in Angular, so I created an Angular before that's Angular JS, the legacy version. And Angular 2.0 up is the new version that is really nice. So this tutorial will be just a refresher for myself, and also this is good for someone started, a beginner, as well as for refresh. So we'll take a look how we can create this Angular to connect to our web API, which is minimal API. So let's get started. So I created here car web UI. So in C car web UI. So we will have a command prompt line there. I'll go back to that. So we have to change the drive. So car web UI. So this is now the folder guys. So now uh, this check if we have already the Angular CLI, which is a way to build your Angular application. You have to issue the command nj version what's CLI installed. Yeah, so this is the package manager Node.js. So all you have to do guys, if you have not installed Node.js, is go to nodejs.org. uh, yeah, you install this first, because if you do not install that cross-platform JavaScript runtime, which is called Node.js, you cannot have that command. We cannot create an Angular application. Okay, so we go back to our command prompt. So Node.js to check is Node.b version. Node.b, I think that's B. So we have version 18. Alright, so okay, so we will create now our Angular application. So the command is npm and then install uh, g, which is global, angular /cli, and you can have latest. Okay, so it's will install all the packages that necessary to create your Angular application, guys. So while waiting for that, also take note that we are in creating Angular. That's this application. I use Visual Studio Code. Okay, so if you have not installed, in creating my .NET Web API, I use Visual Studio 2022. In creating Angular CLI, I use Visual Studio Code that is also free IDE. So although any IDE can use, but in this tutorial I use Visual Studio Code. So you have to install also so that you can follow, guys. Okay, so just install this Visual Studio Code first, and after you install that, we are ready to proceed. So what the npm is doing, so it's done now. So if you can check in our folder here, this one, it's funding. This one should have been okay. Okay, so that's ready. So since I already have that, so now we'll just create our application from here. So to create an Angular application, Angular component, I mean the Angular application itself, so ng. So to start creating the project, guys, we need to issue the command ng new, then uh, project name car booking, enter. So it will ask if you will add Angular routing, of course, yes. And then we will use CSS and it will be installing, guys. So it will install all the packages, the files that needed to create your Angular application. So yeah, we post the video. Well, it's done now, guys. So if you can see the folder here, take a look. We're working. So it has now the lots of files, guys. So the source, which is the this app, the asset, this is the necessary files that the Angular application will have. So we'll go to the folder from here, cd car booking at UI. That's the folder. Cd car booking UI, and we run this code. This is the Visual Studio Code command. We'll run code that period enter. So it will open up our Visual Studio Code editor, guys. The first time you have this, you just click the yes, I trust the author. So now you it's now in a car booking UI folder. So as you can see, guys, the main entry point for the Angular application is in the source, and then this is the index file. So basically this is the index HTML, the one that will be loaded. But as you can see, there's no lots of HTML files here. But you can see here, this is uproot something. What the hell is that? Where is that? So it's something like a component. So you can see in the app folder, guys, the app component that ts. Yeah, this is, you can see selector is up that root. So in your so this one up that root. So selector is up that root, and the template URL is up component that is HTML. So this one up container that's HTML. So this is the files. Okay, so that's how it's structured in Angular. So if we try to see the fields now, we can go to the new terminal. From here, we can just see ng serve, so it will open the browser hyphen hyphen o. open the browser, I mean. So browser application bundles is being generating. And then, yeah, guys, Angular. So this is now the feeds. So you can go back here in your code editor. So Angular Live Development Server listening localhost 420. So this is your browser now. So as you can see, this is now the generated feeds that we have. So welcome, and then car booking is up, is running, and then there's the one learn Angular. Like that is the feeds tutorial here. You can follow as well. If you don't like my video, you can just start from here. Tutorial from the Angular itself. So we don't like to have this page, so we will create our own. So we just go back to our this one, and this is the HTML feed. So we just select all and delete this, but we have to remain the router outlet. So the router outlet is the one that will, for example, you want to link to other pages like that. So if we go to the browser now, the browser localhost, put it 100. So nothing is there now. Okay, because we're just deleted it. So in our, this is the CSS, HTML, and the main entry point is the index. Okay, so if we put this, for example, here, before, it's just type, it's one paragraph tag, and welcome to Angular feeds, like that, and save it, so it will automatically be compiled, and let's just replace it here. It's not showing. Take a look. This is the car booking UI. I think sure, supposed to be. So we have to save. It's compiled. Oh, it's fun. It's loading, so we are not hitting the save, so it automatically we click the save and it will have here. Okay, so that is the intro in our Angular project now. So there are lots of things to do. What is this? So yes, guys. So there are lots of files here, but basically it's created by the CLI. Uh, Source folder, the app folder, the routing is here. So yeah, the routes. So it's the MM. Okay. So from our index.html, guys, we will use Bootstrap. So we will put the Bootstrap here after the inside the header tag. So we will use that Bootstrap component. So we will get from get Bootstrap, bootstrap.com. So here the gets Bootstrap. So version 5.3 already. So it started here. Docs and so Bootstrap. Yes, another version. So we'll just select this version. Introduction, getting started will go here. So this is the CSS, we will just copy it create in our here. So just use it. What's that? Previous video. Copy. It's from here. As well as the JavaScript files, JS files here. This it is. Okay, so we have that in our file now. Compiled successfully. Alright. Okay guys, so we can start now. So in the app component.html, we will put a navigation bar here. So we'll go back to our this one. We'll search for navbar. We just use navigation bar. So navbar, there are lots of navbar there. So let's take a look a little like this. Navbar only. I think this one can be. We just copy this. So before the router outlet, we will post it there. So there are lots here, so it's very confusing. So we just need to get rid other of this. So we just have one link. Just delete this. So I'm not familiar with Visual Studio Code yet, but so this one will just for the car booking app, like that application. You can say that. And this is our page. So for example, let's have this as listing or car listing. All right. So if we take a look at that, so it's so we have now the navigation car here, our listing. So there's no. So I think we can make it here. Uh, Folder. So we just go back there. This is now there. So this bootstrap guys will just editing. So uh, take a look and container. Let's have that. Get rid of that. It's deleting. Let's go. So now it's now black and this is your page. Okay. So now we are ready to create our components. So I'll go to the app folder. We'll create a folder here and I will create a component folder. Uh, Here I will create a folder. This will be or cars component. Okay, And then let's go back to our terminal. The terminal now. We'll create the new component now. So we'll go to that folder. cd cd source file, cd app, cd component, cars, and from here we will create our component in C global C component, and the component is, let's say our component name is car listing or car listing of cars underscore lists, and let's enter. So it will create a component now. So every component can have your CSS file and your HTML and the TypeScript speak, which is actually this. Yeah, I don't know. I will go forward with that. This is the TypeScript CSS. So import component from Angular. So it's been created, and the selector is this one. Of car list, and the template URL is component HTML, and then our style set is here. Okay, so that's the component that's been created. So this is the car list work. So how we are going to, there's our page here. So if we load this page, you need to load that component car works. This one, this display car list work. So how we are going to do that? So we have to go to the app component.js. No, this is not the one. What is that? The component that module, app module routing. So this is the routing. So you can see here, guys, there is routes here, an array. So we'll just have to add it here. And let's say we have to add it here. We should have the path. Now, if the path is empty, we can load our component. And what's the component that we're going to load? This is the carless component, this one. Okay. Okay, so we try if it works. So when we load the main page, we should see the carless work. So that's it. So how about if we are going to click this one, and you should see this one as well. So so screen close. What if we want to load that or component when we click here? So to do that, we'll go to our, yeah, we need to add another route here. Route, this is the routing. And the path would be equals to slash, for example, what's our component? Cars. Uh, the component that will load, I want to load the same component. It will add car component as well. Car list component like that. So in our HTML component, where this car listing, we can change this to cars. Click it, it will show it. So let's try a lot if it's working. So it's loading here. So we have, oh, See, so you see that the route is changing, but if the one page there's no route, so it still work. And when I click here, the route is changing to cars, and then it still display this HTML component inside here. So yeah, guys, it's nice. So but lots of things to learn from here. This Angular is so nice. So let's start for now because we're just starting, right? So all right, so you can see, guys. So when we click this, as you can notice, there is something a repress, right? So this is not good because Angular is single page approach or single page application, so you cannot see a repress dot from here. So we need to change something from our page here. Instead of using its strip here, Angular offer route link, router link, router plus can try this one. Okay, so if we go back to our page now, so we go to the home page, it's displaying this carless work, and then when we click here, so see there's no study happening. So that's good. All right, guys. So I continue. So so yes, guys. For now, we'll try to display a list of cars from our, but we will not interact with our API first. So just try to have this model. So we will create a model in our Angular and display it as well. So first, we have to create a model here from app folder. Then let's name its models. Then I'll say that let's create a file here, models, create a file, and let's say name it car that model that is right. So we need to export interface this certificate is interface car, and then this is from this is from C sharp. So here we just have to remove this. The it will be like that in Angular. So its ID is, let's say this is, we just have a number of string first, and then the different from C sharp. This is how you create models in Angular. So with number colon, this is type of string, and then that is we'll just try to display before we are going to enter app or connect our service. And this one, what is the time in Angular? And it's just update on date time. I just date. So this is our model now. Export. So we back to our will go. So we have created our models guys from here. It's car model .ts. So let's import from here. So we can use it from here. Import component. I mean the models. The name of the models is car. I think this is car. That's car. That is capital. There, it is coming from our source slash uh, plus models. Source of models, then car.model. Okay, so it's now we can use it now. So from here, you can have a variable car is equal. No, it's equal. It's not C sharp. So we can have yeah, car. This is an array of cars is equal to it's just empty like that. Then we need to populate something from here so we can have a data. Alright, so let's set it to uh, one. Create uh, a list of so, copy this list. So this is just a listing that you need to have. So we can try to query if we can display it before we're going to interact with our actual API guys. So description Toyota's smart car. This is date. So it's a sub make up a string. So I forgotten for now. It's an error. This is not comma. This is just like that. This is different from C sharp. It's not a terminator. So what's happening here? It's a problem. It's because of the date. String is not recognized the date time. So how do we have to put the date here? String is not assignable to date, which is declared as a type. We will just sense for now. Just the string. Validate the date later on. be okay. And copy it and make it a two. So here. Okay, this time guys, we are gonna display this to our list component HTML. Okay, so we need to create a table. In our car list component, that's HTML, this one. We will make this as, we'll make a table here, so we'll have the table here. So a class of, let's see, content. Now it's the one here. That's all Bootstrap, guys. Have a class. You will want to learn more about Bootstraps. Bootstrap is in the website. Thing. And then we will create a table which we're going to display our the simple so table, that's this table. So I so almost done guys. So this is so we have our head here, the heading of the table. So we just display the head and a row and then that its data. So this one is the ID. Next it's this the what's the our model. You can display plate number. Tickets is the description. Tickets is the tickets now. They are so we have our T body. T body. This is now the listing. So we have our TR and then we have our TD and this will be a Angular plus data there later on. Just put it like that. That's so nice guys. Just like that and supply the property. Okay, that's work. Yeah. Alright, so for now if we are doing split, so problem here. Yeah, so we need to finish it first because there's already Angular command, but it's saying nothing. So this one, if we are gonna have this in G4, so we just look at the documentation and then let's say C. Oh, this is how we are going to loop here in Angular. So we have a public variable here in our yes this one. So this is accessible here in our HTML feed. So we can let's say of these cars like that, and then you can now see that oh it's not uh, working in G4 could be C of ID and I see it. Why it's not anyway? It's a split or plate number. Split number guys. So split number. Mm. C O on save it and take a look here. If it's looping, we'll see its on is valid. does not exist. So let's try to look here. The listing. So it's guys, Angular is very easy. It can detect immediately, so that's nice also. It's cannot detect here, but when you save it, it can detect here. It's compiling with me. Click Control S or saving, or you can see here. Okay, guys. So you see, we are displaying now in our listing here. So distributed. That's the static data that we just put it over there. Okay, so we just also add what we call this validation here, guys. So in the table, we can put any angular command also like ng if like that, and then we have to validate if our car entities has no data. So if car entities has data, so we can display it. If not, we will not display it. So if cars uh, cars that length, why it must open that greater than zero, because it's not over intelligence. Yeah, it's not intelligent. So if this is, it will display here. But if not, it will just display nothing. So right. So it's display because there's what if we here our data this one, we just put an array. Let's hit this and let's just put that one. See, nothing is displayed. Okay, so that is a nice validation as well. So we add more validation. Is, so, so if there is no data, we can also have is a paragraph that will display if cars, there's no data, or cars that length equals zero. So we'll have to display this no cars found, something like that. So let's take a look. So of course, there's a data here. So if we uh, listing this one, and we need to delete this first, and it's just empty array. And then if we save it, we go back here. So no cars found. So guys, that's that's so nice. We just started our Angular 4.10, and we will continue the calling the web API in the next video because it's already 40 minutes already. So this is part 1, guys, of Angular 14, how we start Angular. So happy learning, guys. Hope you learn a lot also on this video. Actually, I'm also learning. Okay, guys. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. So next video we will interact with our .NET 7 minimal API, and we load the data from there in this web UI using the Angular 14. So bye bye. See you soon.